A few weeks ago at the MLK Community Breakfast, one of the speakers offered this quote that has stuck with me. He said, "Violence is fear in panic mode. Nonviolence is courage under control." I'm going to repeat that. Violence is fear in panic mode. Nonviolence is courage under control. I wish that I could credit the speaker right now, but I wrote the quote on my napkin. There was no program, and I neglected to write his name down, so too bad on me. If I knew his name, I would tell him thank you, because I think there's a lot of truth in what he said. Not only regarding physical violence, but spiritual violence or emotional reactivity. People in panic scatter, or they clench down. They're easily overwhelmed. The courage that is rooted in love enables us to stay grounded. And that's the kind of courage that we'll explore today. The Bible offers countless stories of this kind of courage. They are stories of survival, but not easy victory. They're stories of people whose faithfulness was demonstrated without any guarantee. They were people who were afraid, and they acted anyway. They did their part. One of my most favorite Bible stories is found in the opening chapter of Exodus. Shiphrah and Puah are Hebrew midwives, and they are ordered by Pharaoh to kill all Hebrew baby boys at birth. It's a cruel attempt to control the growing Israelite population. But instead, they refuse to obey. They allow the boys to live, and later they tell Pharaoh, "Well, Hebrew women just give birth too quickly. We can't get there in time." Their quiet, I think clever, courageous resistance saves countless lives and sets the stage for the liberation story to come. Deliverance begins with the moral bravery of humble, common people. They don't lead a revolution. They don't overthrow Pharaoh. They simply refuse to cooperate with the culture of death. Now, did that really happen? Is their story history? Well, that depends on what you believe about the Bible. Some would say yes. For me, I think of the Bible as sacred myth. It's a story about something that might never have happened, but it doesn't matter because it happens every day. Common people have power. Courage is not limited to the heroes of our faith tradition. Courageous people then and now do acts of justice that are within their realm of influence. The psalmist writes, "God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble." God is present in trouble, not after the trouble ends, not once the danger is past. God is present when things feel shaky, when the earth trembles and the instability feels frightening. Jesus, in Luke's gospel, he stands up in his hometown synagogue and he quotes the Hebrew prophet Isaiah. "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me," he says. "It's my work to bring good news to the poor. It's up to me to release those who are captives." Does the work of justice belong only to Jesus? Or is Jesus showing us a way to live? Well, that depends on what you think of Jesus. For me, Jesus is a model of how we can live with courage under control. Jesus' courage was public. It was political. He claimed and he embodied truth, and he calls us to do the same. On that day in the synagogue, it didn't make him popular. In fact, it made people angry and unsettled As Luke tells the story, the people in his congregation that day were furious when they heard Jesus speak these words. They got up, they drove him out of the town, they took him to the brow of the hill on which the town was built, and they planned to throw him off the cliff. But Luke chapter 4, verse 30 says, "But Jesus walked right through the crowd and went on his way." Think of that. Have you ever seen a mob that felt threatening and dangerous? That image of Jesus just walking through the crowd. That's courage under control. Hebrews talks about the great cloud of witnesses. And I like to think that he's thinking of people who lived by faith, but they never saw the resolution. They trusted without closure. They kept going without applause or recognition. They remind us that faithfulness is not the same thing as success. To be faithful is to endure, to choose to act again and again, even when the outcome is unclear. Faithful action is rooted in love, and it's not driven by results. Many of us are tired right now. We may be afraid, angry, or just heartbroken by what we see in our nation, in our city, in our world. And those feelings are real. But the most important question is, what do we do with those feelings? There's a difference between reactivity and resistance. Reactivity is driven by panic. Resistance is rooted in love. Reactivity lashes out. Resistance just stands firm. Reactivity dehumanizes the other. Resistance insists on dignity. Reactivity burns hot and fast. Resistance is steady. It is practice. It is sustained and held by a community whose courage is under control. Right now in Minneapolis, people are resisting, not just with signs and speeches, but with song. They're singing outside detention centers. They are drumming and chanting, lifting old freedom songs and hymns that have carried people through fear before. In the face of intimidation, they're using music to regulate their bodies, to stay human, to remember who they are. In fact, let's sing one of their songs. Look in your bulletin. These lyrics are in your bulletin. It's a very easy song to sing along. The tune will be familiar to you. Here we go. Let every good person now join in our song. We sing for justice. You got it. It's justice for everyone. Pass it along. We sing for justice. We sing for, we sing for, we sing for peace. We sing for, we sing for, we sing for peace. We sing for peace. We sing for peace. We sing for justice. A friend on the left and a friend on the right. We sing for justice. In love and good fellowship, let us unite. We sing for justice. Y'all sound great. We sing for, we sing for, we sing for peace. We sing for, we sing for, we sing for peace. We sing for peace. Add those harmonies. Peace. We sing for justice. Now wider and wider our circle expands. We sing for justice. We sing for our neighbors in faraway lands. We sing for justice. We sing for, we sing for, we sing for peace. We sing for, we sing for, we sing for peace. We sing for peace. We sing for peace. We sing for justice. Oh my gosh. Y'all sound fantastic. Music has always been a tool of faithful resistance. Enslaved people sang spirituals to keep hope alive. The civil rights movement, they marched with songs that steadied their shaking legs and their fearful hearts. Music slows our breath. It synchronizes our bodies. Notice how you feel. Don't you feel better after singing that one little song? It reminds us that we're not alone. Singing is active, it's not passive. It's just one of the ways that courage can stay under control. Now today, we're going to join that witness we see in Minneapolis. At the end of worship, we're going to sing, and then we're going to walk outside on our portico, on the steps of our church, and sing some more. It's a symbolic act of solidarity, and it supports our belief that love belongs in public, that our commitment to justice belongs in public. We stand with all who are choosing courage over panic. We're claiming space, not with threats, not with fear, but simply with our voices joined in hope. Faith does not hide when things get hard. Faith steps up calmly, courageously, together. But before we do that, we're going to take a moment to prepare ourselves mindfully, because resistance rooted in love begins in the body. So I invite you to put your feet on the floor, on a firm surface. Just feel the ground beneath you. If it helps, you might place a hand on your heart. Take a slow breath in. Let it go. One more time. In and out. Let's just take a moment of silence to breathe together and to feel the energy of this space and of this community. Before we speak, before we act, before we resist, we remember who we are. Today we heard the story of Shipra and Pua, Hebrew midwives. Every one of us is a midwife of some kind. We have the power to bring new realities into being. Think for a moment about how you live your life. And in your realms of influence, what kind of world are you bringing into being? We have choices before us. Every day begins with the choice to choose compassion in a culture where cruelty is normalized. And we don't make that choice in isolation. Courage under control is something that we practice together, week after week, breath by breath, song by song. Despite whatever may happen on any given day, may we be people who know where our feet are planted, people whose courage is steady, whose resistance is faithful, and whose love refuses to let panic have the last word.